Emotional intelligence, application, and development. This is another aspect of emotions that's very important for us to understand because of the role emotions play in our life and how different aspects of our life are influenced by emotional display and emotional experience. So let's begin first from actually just looking at people in our daily life. How individuals we emphasize on having higher IQ, and even companies, employers, when they look for employees, they want individuals with great IQ, right? But studies have proven that IQ is just like the tip of the iceberg. There is so much below that that we often miss. They are equally important, if not more. So, some individuals, researchers found that even though they had higher IQ, they did poorly in life. So, employers were kind of very worried that they would invest so much in a person who was so like top of the class, so good, but then were very bad as a team worker or could not really manage stress or understand or work well with others. So this gave way to a new concept called emotional intelligence. Or you would hear me talk about emotional intelligence and emotional quotient interchangeably, and it's the same. Daniel Goleman came up with this concept, and he defines it as the ability to identify, to assess, to control, or to manage one's own emotions and that of others. Others is like anyone else, or it could be groups of individuals as well. So there are three aspects, if you see, that stands out, right? Just being aware and being able to apply and being able to manage or regulate. So knowing that emotional intelligence is a concept that encompasses different components, he Goldman proposed these five aspects of or abilities with that comprises or put together makes emotional intelligence, and that is self-awareness, knowing yourself, being emotionally aware, and being able to assess self accurately, and being able to manage emotions, being able to regulate emotions well. That self-regulation is a lot important, right? Self-control, being able to be trustworthy, to be conscientious, to be adjustable, and to be innovative, to be able to be a good person, who good in managing emotions. If you're angry, not being able to like show or have an outburst in a work setting. So being the other ability of emotional intelligence is self motivation, being able to have that motivation or achievement drive, being having that commitment, initiative, having optimism and self esteem, self efficacy are aspects of self motivation. Empathy is being aware. Being able to understand others, being able to develop others and be service oriented, be able to leverage diversity. Those aspects come with an empathy. When a coworker tells you, or a fellow student tells you, a friend tells you something that they're going through, not just feeling bad for them, but feeling with them. And handling emotions, handling relationships is a very important social skill to have. It could be workplace, it could be marriage, it could be any other social aspect. Leadership conflicts are sure to happen. So conflict management, building bridges, being able to serve as a catalyst and being able to collaborate and work together. So these are different aspects. You can see them in this way as personal competence and social competencies. So why is this important? What is the application of that? Well, it is definitely important for our physical health. Studies show that it does have an impact on how we manage stress and our overall well-being. It is very much tied to not only physical health but also our mental well-being, where it affects our attitude and our outlook over things. So individuals with higher emotional intelligence have shown to have lower depression and anxiety too. So it kind of mitigates and moderates different psychological processes. And the other aspect is career. The right academic background, professional experience, and certification, those are like, yes, important for you to get your promotion, but then being able to be a good leader in that position of power is definitely something where emotional intelligence apply. And application extends not only in the workspace but also to a relationship. To be able to understand and communicate well in relationship, be it friendship or in romantic relationship, it's very much important to be able to do that. To resolve conflicts, yes, being able to see things from the other person's perspective is important aspect of conflict. And success, in just to achieve higher level of life, in being able to achieve your goals, and for the success aspect, emotional intelligence plays an important role. So you will see that there are different ways you can improve your emotional intelligence. By developing the way, by developing your resilience, about bouncing back, being more proactive, being able to, express emotions to your loved ones, managing stress. But here are some practical ways you can do that. When you're feeling overwhelmed or have emotions that seem like they are out of your control, but being able to use these simple techniques can be helpful. So psychologists have found that deep breathing is very much helpful for our health. Not exercising regularly, even walking, aerobics is found to be a lot helpful for the heart. But studies have indicated that going for a walk, and doing little lifestyle changes is very helpful. Helping someone in need is also shown that it definitely helps us. Reframing our thoughts. So when you have a negative experience, or a negative thought, a train of thought, and changing it to something positive would help in breaking that connection of just a negative thought leading to a negative emotion. If you just focus on negative emotion, reminisce that negative emotion, it breeds, and you automatically start, if you start thinking about negative thing, you will feel negatively. So if you can break that by either, a good Daniel Goleman suggests in his book, he would suggest watch a funny movie or read uplifting book or go watch a sport. Just that reframing breaks the thread of negative thought leading to negative feeling. You can just do this cognitive reframing. So reframing thoughts and helping and doing like a to-do list where you are starting with smaller ones. So when you achieve smaller tasks, you feel better, and that leads you to want to do little bigger tasks. Your brain is more susceptible in doing a bigger task with ease. And I just wanted to end with this. Well, as a leader or as an individual in a family, as a parent, you know that you need to have that time when you have that come to Jesus meeting, right? But what's very much important in this is how do you do that? Doing it in the right way, criticizing in the right way is important. Being specific, focusing on the solution, showing empathy, and doing it face to face, not through a text, not through an email, but how can you do that uh, directly is so important. These are a few little things that we can do to develop our emotional intelligence.